Imagine spending thousands of dollars on ads, only to attract tire kickers who never call back. Or worse, homeowners who nickel and dime you on every quote, then ghost you for the cheapest bidder they can find. This is the reality for most roofing contractors. They're marketing to everyone, which means they're connecting with no one. But here's the game changer. The contractors who dominate their markets aren't necessarily better roofers. They're better marketers. And it all starts with something called a best buyer avatar. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn exactly what a buyer avatar is, why it's the secret weapon behind every successful roofing company, and most importantly, how to build your own step-by-step. By the end of this video, you'll know your ideal customer better than they know themselves. Let's dive in. What is a buyer avatar? A best buyer avatar is a detailed, fictional representation of your ideal customer. But it's not some corporate buzzword exercise. Think of it as building a complete, three-dimensional profile of the perfect person who would hire your roofing services. This isn't about surface-level demographics. Yes, you'll know their age, income, and location, but you're going deeper. You're uncovering their psychology. You're answering questions like, what keeps them awake at 2 a.m. worrying about their roof? What's their biggest fear when hiring a contractor? How do they research home repairs? Google, Facebook, asking neighbors? What makes them pull the trigger and call today versus putting it off for 6 months? What objections run through their mind before they sign a contract? You're creating a real story about who they are as a person, what their daily routine looks like, whether they're married with kids or empty nesters, if they drive a practical sedan or luxury SUV, whether they trust online reviews or prefer word-of-mouth referrals. The more specific you get, the more powerful your marketing becomes. And we'll prove that in just a minute. Why this changes everything. Here's the brutal truth. Most roofing contractors waste money on marketing because they're trying to be everything to everyone. They run generic ads that say things like quality roofing services or licensed and insured. And sure, those things matter, but so does every other roofer in town. You're not standing out, you're blending in. When you have a crystal clear buyer avatar, everything shifts. Instead of shouting into a void and hoping someone responds, you're speaking directly to the person who desperately needs your help right now. Your marketing becomes sharper. Your messaging cuts through the noise. Your ad spend becomes efficient instead of expensive. Think about it this way. Would you rather send a mass text to 1,000 random people saying, "Need a roofer?" Or send a personal message to 50 homeowners who just searched emergency roof leak repair near me? That's the power of specificity. When you know your avatar, you know where to advertise. Maybe your ideal client hangs out in local Facebook groups, not Instagram. You know what to say. You speak to their fears and desires, not generic features. You know when to reach them. Maybe they search for roofers on Sunday evenings after the weekend storm. You know how to price. You can confidently charge premium rates because you're solving a critical problem for someone who values quality. Your buyer avatar becomes the foundation of every marketing decision you make, from your website copy to your Google Ads targeting to the photos you post on social media. And here's the beautiful part. When you speak clearly to one specific type of person, you actually attract more people. Because others who share similar problems think, wow, this company really gets me. Avatar examples. Let me show you exactly how this works with 2 detailed examples. First, meet concerned Carol. Carol is 45 years old. She's a suburban homeowner, married with 2 teenage kids. She works part-time as a dental hygienist. Her husband travels for work, so she's often the one handling home emergencies. Last Tuesday, Carol noticed water stains spreading across her living room ceiling. She panicked. She immediately Googled, "Is my roof failing?" and spent 3 hours going down a research rabbit hole, terrifying herself with worst-case scenarios. Carol's biggest fear? That a small leak will turn into massive structural damage and an even bigger repair bill. She's anxious, overwhelmed, and needs someone to explain what's happening in plain English without contractor jargon or scare tactics. Now, knowing this about Carol, how would you market to her? You'd create content that calms her fears. Maybe a YouTube video titled, "5 Warning Signs Your Roof Needs Immediate Attention." You'd run Facebook ads offering a free roof inspection with no pressure explanations. Your website would feature testimonials from other homeowners saying, They explained everything clearly and didn't make me feel stupid for asking questions. You'd avoid pushy sales language. Instead, you'd position yourself as the educator and trusted guide who's there to help, not hustle. Now meet practical Paul. Paul is 52, a successful small business owner. He's methodical, detail-oriented, and treats his home like an investment. Paul doesn't panic, he plans. He's been watching his roof for 2 years, knowing it's nearing the end of its lifespan, and now he's ready to upgrade. Paul doesn't respond to urgency or pressure. In fact, that turns him off. He wants data. He reads reviews obsessively. He checks contractor licenses and insurance. He compares warranties line by line. He'll spend weeks researching before making a decision. For Paul, your marketing looks completely different. You'd create detailed case studies showing before and after projects. You'd highlight your certifications: Gaffmaster Elite, Owens Corning Preferred Contractor, 25-year workmanship warranties. You'd have a resources page on your website with downloadable PDFs, like Understanding Roofing Materials, a Homeowner's Guide. Your Google ads would target keywords like best roofing contractor reviews and roofing warranty comparison. You'd focus on building credibility, not creating urgency. See the difference? Carol and Paul both need a new roof, but they require completely different messages, offers, and sales approaches. Without a clear buyer avatar, you'd try to market to both with the same generic message and lose them both. How to create your avatar. All right, now let's build your buyer avatar step by step. Step 1. Analyze your best past customers. Pull up your records and look at your top 10 to 20 clients from the past 2 years. Not the biggest jobs necessarily, but the best clients. The ones who paid on time, didn't haggle, referred others, and left great reviews. What do they have in common? Look for patterns in age, income level, home type, neighborhood, and family situation. Step 2. Conduct informal interviews. Call a few of these clients and ask them questions. How did you find us? What made you choose us over other contractors? What was your biggest concern before hiring a roofer? What almost stopped you from calling? These conversations are gold. You're hearing the exact language your ideal clients use to describe their problems. Step 3. Build the demographics. Start with the basics: age range, gender, income level, geographic location, home ownership status, family situation, and occupation. Step 4. Dig into psychographics. Now go deeper. What are their values, quality, speed, budget consciousness? What are their fears about hiring a contractor? Getting ripped off, project delays, hidden costs? Where do they spend time online? Facebook, Google, Nextdoor? How do they make buying decisions? Quick or slow? Emotional or logical? What's their daily routine like? Step 5. Identify their pain points. List out the specific problems they're facing. I have a leak and don't know how serious it is. I'm worried about getting overcharged. I don't know who to trust. I need this done before the next storm. Step 6. Name them and visualize them. Give your avatar a real name and even find a stock photo. This might sound silly, but it works. When you're writing ad copy, you'll literally ask yourself, would this resonate with Carol? It forces specificity. Step 7. Document everything. Create a simple one-page document with all this information. Keep it handy. Share it with your team. Reference it every time you create marketing content, write an email, or plan an ad campaign. Common mistakes. Before we wrap up, let me save you from 3 massive mistakes. Mistake number 1. Creating multiple avatars. Too soon, start with one. Once you've nailed marketing to one avatar and it's working, then you can add a second. But trying to target 3 or 4 different people from day one dilutes your message and confuses your marketing. Mistake number 2. Making your avatar too broad. If your avatar is homeowners age 30 to 65 who need a roof, that's useless. Get specific. Suburban moms in their 40s worried about emergency repairs is infinitely better. Mistake number 3. Ignoring your avatar after you create it. I see this all the time. Contractors spend an afternoon building their avatar, then never look at it again. Your avatar should guide every decision. If you're writing a Facebook post, ask, Would Carol care about this? If you're designing a website page, ask, would this reassure Paul? Use it or lose it. Conclusion. Here's the bottom line. A best buyer avatar is your marketing North Star. It's the foundation of every ad, every piece of content, every sales conversation. The roofing contractors who dominate their markets aren't guessing who their ideal customer is. They know, and now you do too. So here's your homework. Spend the next hour building your avatar. Follow the steps we covered. Write it down, give them a name. Understand their fears and desires. Then look at your current marketing. Does it speak to that person? If not, it's time to make some changes. When you nail your buyer avatar, everything gets easier. Your leads get better. Your close rates go up. Your marketing finally works. And that's when your roofing business stops being a hustle and starts being a machine. Now go build your avatar. Your ideal customers are waiting.